It's time for the buzz with the Queen Bee on the Devin Dixon Show.
Yes, it is, and we welcome in the Queen Bee for the Throwdown Thursday buzz. We'll get into some buzz time trivia a little bit later, but the Bee, Buzz and Pie, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, Devin? You seem a little tired today.
I am. I'm a little tired, but hey, we're in the stretch run here of the program, so I'm going to make it to 6 o'clock, rest assured. You're going to help me with that. I know you got some really good stories today. Let's get right to it.
All right, here we go. So apparently during the Cubs-Pirates game at PNC Park last night, they did something called the Great Pierogi Race. And so during this, I guess this is like a yearly thing that they do, but a fan hopped the fence and took off in hot pursuit of these great pierogies. And he, as it's called, was high-stepping across the outfield, shedding clothes as he went, and tried to escape over the low wall on the right, in the right field. But he didn't make it, so security got him and tracked him down. But he was naked. He totally streaked across the field during the game.
So what is that? Is that
awesome. And now this guy faces court proceedings and penalties for what he did.
What does he get charged with? Trespassing and then nudity or lewdness?
It's pretty amazing in every way.
He had too many. I'm guessing he was drinking from the beverage cart. I'm guessing he had just a few cocktails last night. Yeah, I heard about this. I heard the statement from the PNC Park spokesperson was praising the security that they tracked down this individual as quickly as they could. So don't drink and then streak at the ballpark, no matter what ballpark you're at. All right, what's our next story, Rach?
Next story. So a guy, kind of the coolest guy ever, he was arrested for doing donuts at Churchill Downs, which is the horse track.
What?
So apparently, Churchill Downs, which is in Kentucky.
Right.
He was arrested Monday after he did some sweet, sweet donuts in his Ford Mustang on the infield of Churchill Downs. So according to police, his name is Benjamin Bratcher, and he caused over $1,000 in damage with his rad donuts, and he was charged with first-degree criminal mischief. So he said he allegedly admitted to driving his car in the field, but he didn't believe he caused that much damage. So what this Bratcher does is he works as a construction worker for the track, and now he pretty much takes the title of coolest dude ever and probably a new title of unemployed.
Yeah, what was he trying to do? Was it not a lot of construction going on? So he's like, I'll fix that. I'll get us busy tomorrow. I mean...
Another one, probably drinking on the job.
They have races all the time, so I'm sure that and I'm not saying that they're uppity at Churchill Downs, but I'm sure they frowned upon this.
They're a little fancy.
Yeah.
They're a little bit fancy. But probably not thrilled about it.
He's going to tell his grandkids about that one, though. He'll turn on the horse race, and he'll be like, I spun donuts there when I was 22.
Exactly. And they'll be like, Grandpa, why'd you lose your job? Well, I was awesome.
My donuts were rad. I did figure eights.
I was just too awesome for everybody else there. So, they had to fire me for awesomeness.
I didn't hear about this. Benjamin Bratcher. Yeah, I'm going to use that. Don't pull a Benjamin Bratcher if my kids start causing any trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So, just make sure your kid doesn't do it at Churchill Downs. You're fine in a random parking lot of St. George where there's not that many people, or a field or something with all the open land, but not Churchill Downs.
Yeah.
Just a piece of advice. So, anyway, okay, on to the next story. So this one is kind of really awesome. So sometimes the universe has a really awesome sense of humor when it comes to fender benders. So apparently outside of Fuddruckers in Ashburn, Virginia, where members of the Washington ground crew had carpooled for lunch, the Washington Redskins.
Okay.
At some point during the meal, their truck somehow slipped out of park and rolled into a car in front. Now, what was so great about this, and this story's up on my Twitter feed, ESPN The Buzz, the picture is awesome because the car was complete with a Cowboys logo and a Cowboy fan vanity plate. So the Cowboy fan happened to be, his name was Mike Elias, whose coworker took the photos. And he said, this guy, Elias, said his car is no stranger to abuse, so it's usually more purposeful. And he said, in the 15 years I've been up here, the magnet's stolen, my car been keyed.
Oh.
It's just another line in the unfortunate event. And it said, Skin's personnel in team gear huddling around the damage, perhaps wondering if they should finish the job is the video.
I gotta go look. I gotta go pull up your Twitter feed now and see that picture.
It is like they did a lot of damage to his Infiniti. Like the back, they broke the light. There's fender damage. I mean, but it's awesome because the Washington Redskins truck hit a Dallas Cowboys fan, which is sweet. It's like karma in the world going, well, we don't like you, so we're going to do this accidentally. Even our truck doesn't like you.
I'm trying to find it. Keep going.
It's just on my Twitter. It's easy to find. So there you go. So that was that story. And we're going to go on to the next story. This is kind of a feel-good story. Actually, this week on my blog, I actually wrote about this because I thought it was really cool. So, since Pete Carroll has taken over, the Seahawks, obviously they've won. They won the Super Bowl. There's a lot of good, a lot of good vibes going on with them. And Taylor Kirkwood is on the receiving end of this, of this newfound, greatness by their players. She might actually end up being the most popular young lady at, it's called Anahuac High School in Texas. And for their prom on April 12th, her date is Seattle Seahawks running back Christine Michael.
Oh,
First
cool.
of all, exactly, right? First of all, his name is Christine, and he's a football player. Good way to overcome the Christine-ness.
It's Kristen. It's pronounced Kristen, though. Kristen Michael, so it doesn't sound quite as feminine.
It's still pretty bad. Just saying.
Hey, he's a player. I don't knock his name one bit.
Yeah, he's a great player. So anyway, there's a former Texas A&M running back, and, she's from Texas, so, it kind of, mixes in. But he accepted the invitation when Taylor's mother, Stacey Holmes, reached out to him to see if he might be interesting. Now, what's so cool about this story is that Kirkwood's actually autistic.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, which makes it so cool. She was also the school's homecoming queen, and her mother wanted to do something special for her on prom night. And her mother had a really realistic approach to it. She said in an interview, I was just like, let's see what happens. I know he's busy, and I wasn't sure if he could. Now, Holmes didn't know when she contacted Michael, but he actually went to high school with her cousin at Beaumont, Texas, Westbrook, about 50 miles away from Anahuac. So it actually kind of worked in her favor, and he remembered the cousin and said, oh, yeah, absolutely, I'll help out. So Kirkwood obviously was thrilled when she heard that Michael would be her date. And the quote was, and I'd like to make a point. Obviously, she's autistic. DSMV is kind of taken away Asperger's and everything. If she's speaking about this in the media, obviously, lucky for her, she's on the lower end of the spectrum.
Right.
But still awesome. Apparently, she said, after my teacher showed me the picture of Michael, my eyes just lit up. And she told her mother she hopes to get a kiss from him at the end of the night. So he's actually not the only only player on the team to accept a date to prom. So tight end Luke Wilson, actually, who played college football at Rice University in Houston, will escort a student from his old high school in LaSalle, Ontario, Canada, who asked him to go. And her reason was saying that she wanted a hotter date than all of her friends, and to her surprise, he actually accepted. So we've got two men doing it for different reasons, obviously, going to prom with high school girls that asked, which is kind of great.
No, that's fantastic, especially Christian Michael. I mean, Luke Wilson's a pretty handsome guy, though. I mean, he big, strong tight end, very, very handsome man, if I do say so myself. But I love hearing stories like this, and obviously big Seahawks fan, so kudos to these guys. I mean, they don't have to do stuff like this. It's nice to see professional athletes, especially these younger guys, because it's hard. You get a lot of demands. There's a lot of things that people want you to do. You can't do it all. But so Christian Michael just changed this young lady's life. I mean, she'll be talking about this forever.
Exactly. So I think it's really cool that he's doing this. And I think it's also awesome because the mother didn't reach out to him on social media. She reached out to him old school, made a phone call.
Dude, this is the top story of the day. Let's see if you can top it. I love this story.
Honestly, I don't think I can, but it's fine. So, as you know, we're going into a soccer story about the World Cup because it's coming up in 71 days.
Yeah, Brazil's getting excited, too.
Oh, big time. So, and they're still obviously, like Russia, working on finishing everything. I have a little more hope for Brazil than I did for Russia, just saying. But what's interesting about it is the U.S. is not known for being like huge soccer fans. But an interesting fact is U.S. fans have actually bought 3 times as many World Cup tickets as any other nation
Really?
so far. Other than the host nation Brazil, no side will have as many supporters. So a total of over 1,500,000 tickets have been sold so far, not counting the donated and given to corporate sponsors. 65% of those have been allocated to Brazil, but for those that have been allocated internationally, the top 4 are USA with 154,000, Australia with only 40,000, then England with 38, and Colombia with 33,000. So we're killing them, and I'm actually shocked by these numbers.
Well, I mean, we're not that far away. We're closer to some other teams that are going to the World Cup, so that's probably part of it. Maybe people just want to vacation in Brazil. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning behind this.
But Colombia's closer than we are.
That's true. I had a friend, though, actually ask me, hey, do you want to go to the World Cup?
And did you say yes?
No, I didn't.
Why?
Well, first of all, I'm not a huge soccer buff. And second of all, it was going to cost about $6,000-$7,000 at least.
All right.
but here in St. George, I mean, there's people that are considering going, so it's nice to see that the USA has sold that many tickets so far.
Yeah, I mean, we're killing it in numbers, and I'm actually it's a nice surprise. Like this, for the team, it'll be a great thing. It'll feel like they're playing almost home games when they're, in the 3 games that they're going to play. So I mean, that part's great. So good luck to Team USA, and I'm sure I'm going to keep kind of track of these numbers as it gets closer because I'm curious to see if the numbers hold steady.
I would be shocked if anybody passed. They got such a big league. Nobody's going to pass the United States in ticket sales. There's just no way.
Yeah, no one's going to come out. It's like a horse race where the lead horse is like 8 lengths ahead. It's just not in the final turn. It's not going to happen.
Right.
So, anyway, all right. Final story before we get to Buzz Time Trivia. This one made me laugh because it's just so out of left field. So the University of Pennsylvania, knowing for, it's a smart Ivy League college, back east. The women's lacrosse players are accused of damaging a bar and exposing their genitals at this bar during a party that they held after the season. So the story is they caused significant damage, stole booze, and more while partying at this Philadelphia pub on Saturday night. So, apparently the team turned the entire bar. It was only supposed to be a party from 9 to 11, and it was a pre-planned party hosted by the team. They stayed much later than 11 o'clock, and they turned this general flashing show that's just nuts. And the bar owner was saying that in an email that the team members intentionally broke facilities such as a light fixture to cause a broken glass hazard. They also allegedly stole a bottle of liquor from the bar in an attempt to steal a six-pack. They're saying that the lacrossers were smoking marijuana in the bathroom and exposed a young woman's genitals to the adulation of the rest of the party.
My.
Which, as a server, this next little piece really makes me aggravated. They also allegedly tipped less than 4% on a $1,300 tab, which
jeez.
You have no excuse to do, and it sounds awesome, but shame on you.
So this was reported by the Daily Pennsylvania, and they don't have anybody, they don't know who to press charges against, so no charges have been pressed?
No charges have been pressed because they're not sure who in particular was responsible for the damages because there were so many of them, and everybody kind of was, zoning in on this party because it was so wild that they have no idea now who to kind of go after. So they're kind of at a loss right now. And, I mean, luckily it wasn't more damage, but you know what? These players really should. This is normally something you would hear about with a men's team.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, overall, they should, part of it, great party, some of it, shame on you. So that's the buzz for the day.
That is the buzz. Thank you, Queen Bee. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. We'll start taking your phone calls right now, 673-9398. We're going to play a little Buzz Time Trivia to wrap up a Throwdown Thursday, then we'll get you a couple parting shots for the road.
The big wings, the ones that are just better. Wingnuts is announcing $2 Tuesdays. All day long, get $2 appetizers, $2 domestic drafts, and $2 margaritas. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing and a tasty one at Wingnuts. Come in during the NCAA tourney and check out the Elite 8 and Sweet 16 specials all day, every day. Grease is for your car, not your wings. Not your wings. Wingnuts, baked wings, just better. Red Rock Commons next to Dick's, open 11 to midnight. They're good.
There's this cool thing that 95 million people are doing in over 90 countries, and if you're not doing it, you're missing out. You know what it is? That's right. bowling. And at Sunset West Bowling Center in St. George, you get great food, live bands, there's karaoke on Thursday nights. Summer leagues are starting to form. Call 674-4455. That's 674-4455. It's the hottest place. That's right, Sunset West Bowling Center in St. George.
He watches it all and covers it all, so you don't have to. It's the Devin Dixon Show.
Welcome back. A little Buzz Time Trivia here on Sports Radio 106.1 ESPN. Show today brought to you by Kelly Jewelers, your hometown jewelers, just south of Costco, off exit 10 in Washington. And, of course, our great everyday show sponsors. Thank the dedicated personal injury attorneys at One Law, Dad's Trucking, Sunset West Bowling Center, our friends at Crazy Bob's Audio Video, and Rocky Mountain Collision, as well as Dixie Direct Savings Guide. And I'm going to give away a Dixie Direct Savings Guide to everyone that can correctly answer a Buzz Time Trivia segment here. So 673-9398. If you can't get through, keep trying. Rachel, you ready?
I am ready.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. And our first contestant, how you doing today?
Good.
All right, here's your first question.
All right, so the topic this week is NCAA March Madness, obviously, because we're in the center of it right now, near the end. I'm going to do this as a multiple choice this week because they're kind of hard questions, some of them.
Oh, she's softening.
Okay.
She's softening, folks.
I'm softening. All right, question number one. This West Coast NCAA basketball powerhouse program holds the record for the longest winning streak at 88 games. Who is it? UCLA, USC, University of Washington, or University of Oregon?
I'm going to say UCLA.
Good job.
I would say UCLA as well. No doubt. No
Absolutely.
doubt. I don't know if you needed multiple choice on that one. What was your
Seemed
name?
like it was the right one.
Tell me your name again. What
was your name, buddy?
Oh, Darren, sorry.
Darren, I got a Dixie Direct Savings Guide. Nice job today.
All right, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. 673-9398. 673-9398. Let's go back to the phone lines. And who's this?
Dave.
Dave. All right, here's your question, Dave.
This former Big East Conference member was the last team to win a national title without having made it to the NCAA tournament the previous season. Harvard, Georgetown, UConn, or Creighton?
Dave, got an answer?
Georgetown.
Which one?
He says Georgetown. I don't know.
Incorrect. It was UConn.
Yeah, 2011, UConn. That was Kimball Walker. Walker's team. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking there. Good question. All right, we're 1 for 2 today. Let's go back to the phone lines. Buzz Time Trivia. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
All right, what's your name?
Mark.
Mark. All right, Mark, here's your question.
All right, Mark, here we go. What NCAA team is the lowest seed to win a national title? Now, a hint is they were a number 8 seed in 1985. The choices are Minnesota, Villanova, University of Louisville, or University of Minnesota.
I would say Villanova.
You would be correct.
Correct, dude.
Yeah, only 8 seed to ever win it. 85, Nova. All right, Mark, I've got a Dixie Direct Savings Guide for you. Nice work.
Thanks, Dev.
All right, you got it. Mark's a
Appreciate
winner.
it.
So is Darren. And let's go back to the phone line, 673-9398. We got time for 1 or 2 more. And our contestant is standing by. What's your name?
Hello?
All right,
Hi, this is Courtney.
Courtney, here's your question, bud.
All right, what unlikely member of the 1992 Olympic basketball team holds the record for the most career points in the NCAA tournament? Now, he had 407 career points. Patrick Ewing, Christian Laettner, Magic Johnson, or Karl Malone?
I'm going to say Leitner.
Good job.
Yeah, Christian Laettner. Who could forget the shot? Full court, down to the free throw line, turnaround jumper.
Right.
Good. Duke wins. And then he did. He was probably the worst player on that 92 Olympic basketball team.
Oh, yeah.
Courtney, I got a Dixie Direct book for you, my friend.
Awesome, thanks.
You're welcome. All right, we got time for one more contestant, 673-9398. I want to get over to Dixie State Baseball. They're playing tonight, Brucehurst Field. Going to get out of here, but not before we see if we can give away one more Dixie Direct Savings Guide. Who's this? What's your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, here's your first question.
All right, currently this team holds the distinction for having the most wins in a season and not getting an invite to the NCAA tournament. It happened to them twice in consecutive years. Coastal Carolina, UNC, Yale, or University of Georgia?
Georgia.
Georgia,
Coastal Carolina.
Coastal Carolina, huh?
They had 28 wins in both 2010 and 2011.
It was Florida Gulf Coast that did some damage last year. Not quite the same as Coastal Carolina, but let's take one more. Let's not in on a loss. Let's see if we can get another winner. Back to the phone lines we go. How you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. Your name?
Steve-O.
Steve-O, here's your question.
All right, Steve-O, what current NBA All-Star holds the record for the most points in a Final Four as a freshman with 53? Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, or Carmelo Anthony?
Gonna go with Carmelo.
That would be correct.
Correct.
Yes, Carmelo did it when he was with the Qs. He was one and done. They won the title. Steve-O, I got a Dixie Direct book for you, bud.
Right on. Thanks, guys.
All right, that is all the time we have today for the Buzz. Rachel, great job as always. We'll talk to you again next Thursday.
All right, talk to you then, Devin.
All right.